Greetings, YouTube. How many people were just ready for that absorbing man to go away? I know my revive stash was. I really do think that that was the hardest fight we've seen in the community. Just period. So I think to myself, we need a better fight. We need a better fight, and we also need to embrace the fact that these hard-coded keys, I had one. Literally, I now have one. All the others, all 13 of mine are gone. All 13 are gone. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. Also, yay for I scored one of the highest points of my level than ever. 246 is wild. Okay, but now here we're going to do. We are going to... I'm just going to exit out of this. We're just going to burn the energy because it is Winter of Woe, Part 2. And my guess is Nebula will probably be the boss this time. Karina's challenges, don't ask me why. We've got tagged as Karina's challenges, God and Metal, which is shady to do too. I hate when they do that. Size M and Offensive Burst. So we'll just start. Let's start with that one. Size M and Offensive Burst. And since I'm doing this completely blind, I never know if what I'm going to do is going to work or not. So size M. So Cosmic Ghost Rider is a size M offensive burst champ. Good to know. So we're going to try him first. I hate the 10 energy. It is so bad. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, Force of Will is immune to ability accuracy reduction and passive debuffs. Every 15 seconds, the defender alternates between charge up and overcharge, while in charge up hitting into the defender's block inflicts a shock debuff on the attacker. So don't do that. The defender has a 90% chance to auto block basic attacks. This chance decreases by 15% for each buff on the attacker, while auto block chance is above 0%. Defender gains 100% chance to resist heavy block break. Great. And then if that's not enough, outside in, far away from the defender for 3 seconds, the attacker is rooted for 4 seconds. Yikes, for 3 seconds you get rooted for 4 seconds? Then whenever the attacker purifies a debuff, they receive a burst of degeneration damage. What? That's awful. And then whenever the attacker stuns the defender, one buff is nullified off of both the attacker and the defender. I haven't seen some of this stuff maybe ever. If I have, I've blocked it out. Let's start with the parry heavy and see what happens. Okay. Well, we can do that. All right, so I already hit into the block, and the shock damage is unbelievable. What the heck? I am melting just off of shock damage alone. That is, compared to the first attempt with Hulk, way worse. So then, all right, let's restart this goal and have a champ that's shock immune, maybe? Wow. I know Kabam is looking to just make this feel like it's impossible, but my goodness. My goodness. Who is shock immune in this? Maybe we can do this? Is he small or medium? Medium. Okay. Well, Scorpion is another option. I think I'm going to try, because of that shock immunity. This is my first thought. Again, this is me going in blind. Take that for what it is. Okay, stings inflict a shock debuff, dealing energy rupture every time. Gain poison and shock immunities. Let's just see if this works for this pre-fight. Okay, I already started taking heavy damage just at the start of this. That immunity did work. Okay, so I took a good chunk of damage at the beginning, probably because of my mastery setup. But then the sting bursts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just remain close to her. But the unblockable. Look at that unblockable. That's crazy. Unblockable with an auto block? I felt lucky to get 4%. This is also just a reminder that if you have enough BS nodes on somebody, you can really make any defender a headache. Kamala Khan was a great example of this when she was like impossible with her auto block in last month's side question thing. Kamala Khan, usually it's a breeze. Now keep in mind, I forgot to do the shock immunity pre-fight. So let's see what happens. This is just the worst. And I get it's supposed to be really tough. I do. I'm not trying to say that this is going to be a joke. But, man, wow. Okay, so I am going to ditch that attempt. Thank God we have 2 weeks to figure this out. But this is what happens when I jump into it. All right. God and metal. God and metal. So let's filter this. I'm telling y'all, this just sucks. Okay, so Hercules is obviously not metal. So God and metal. The difference between this and like the Summer of Pain is the difference between advanced AP calculus and basic addition. Wow. This is breaking my brain. Let's just see, for the heck of it, if we were to just bring in Hercules, and I know he's not metal, but just to see what this would look like from the auto block standpoint and the awakened ability. Like, could you just, in theory, power through Unit Man? Because the auto block instantly gives you shocks. Okay, so now I'm going to hit that invulnerability. So let's just see. If you just do one special 2, and that's it, right? If you do this like once per time, how many revives would it take to power through Hercules? Because I think it could take maybe 10. But that's just to get the point, right? That's just to get the point, and then he's going to die here. So 17% health. So if you do the math on that, maybe if you're lucky, you can do it in about 5 revives. But that's just to get 1 point. Because, again, it's God and metal. And he is obviously God, but not metal. This Winter of Woe fight absolutely humbled me. I'm sure I'll get better. I'm sure there are options I've not thought about. We are just 15 minutes in to this being a new thing. But man, Kabam, if you want this to be tough but fair, it is tough. It's hard to believe that's fair. Some people said that about the first fight. And this fight, I know they said they'd be more easy, but with the auto block and the shock, so few champions are shock immune. And on top of that, you're giving us not just 1, but 2 different tags these champions need. It's not just God or metal, it's both. It's not just offensive burst or medium, it's both. And that's like giving you 2 requirements, but only paying you with 1 point. You're giving us 2 points worth of requirements, but you're only paying off 1 point. To me, that's a cash grab BS. Another cash grab fight, prepare yourself now.